Hi, you've tuned into Honey Kalaria's Midday Masti Show on New Sound Radio 92 FM. Brahmakumari, a well-known spiritual organization, is based in many countries across the world, with its headquarters based in Mount Abu in India, where I am right now. Their aim is to uplift humanity through spreading the knowledge of applied spiritual values as found in the teachings of Raj Yoga. I'd like to welcome Mr. I would say Brother Nirverji, who is the Secretary General of the Brahmakumaris, to share some important insights and explain the work the organization carries out. So, welcome, dear Nirverji.
Thank you.
Brother Nirverji, you have a very important role to play in designing and implementing strategies, leading and motivating, as well as ensuring the Brahmakumari organization works in an efficient and effective manner. Can you describe in perhaps more detail what is your role and responsibilities within the organization?
I think it's the collective will of so many instruments who have dedicated themselves for self-transformation and then serve the world for world transformation. So in that, my role is these days, for a couple of years now, as Secretary General of the institution, to think about the strategies and new plans of serving the humanity. And because right from day one when I entered this institution, I found an institution run by sisters, Brahmakumaris, though brothers are there. It has something very unique ways to carry the message of self-transformation for world transformation to every nook and corner of the world. So my role is, first of all, being at the headquarters. Luckily, the founding father taught me so many things. And about 60 years ago, when he whispered in my ear that you need to learn everything, I didn't know why. It was only later on I realized when he said you have to become an all-rounder. Because I always loved learning knowledge and sharing with others. That I used to convey to him what I did. Then he would write back, that's okay. What else you have done? You have to be an all-rounder. So slowly and slowly I learned all aspects of running the organization.
Wow, that's amazing. And you had an actual chance to work with Babaji and really, be mentored by him, to be inspired by his teachings. How was that for you?
See, first of all, learning from him through correspondence. When I joined the institution in Bombay, and wrote my first letter to Baba, I received a very encouraging reply in which Baba shared, now that you have found the Father, you can claim your godly birthright of Jivan Mukti for 21 lives. Not a small thing.
Wow. Oh my God, those words must have really inspired you and encouraged you.
Yeah, so then I wrote back again. I had correspondence with him for 6 months and then met personally in Mount Abu. You must have seen his room, in the same room.
It's a very special room, actually. You know, it has beautiful vibrations there.
It was there that when I met Baba sitting in front, I had the vision of the incorporeal Supreme Soul on his forehead. And the vibrations were so sweet, so you can say pure and pulling. I spent about 10 minutes just receiving drishti.
And drishti means?
Drishti means the vibrations through the eyes. And then at that time, in my own mind, I was just thinking, here is what I was searching for. Because right from my younger days, I had started reading philosophical books. And I used to do practice of meditation before joining Brahmakumaris. But it wasn't very satisfying, I must say. After listening to the sisters at the center and then meditating and then meeting Baba, after meeting, I decided I have found what I was searching for. And now there are many souls in the world who are searching like me. Can I be one of the instruments to convey to them, here he is. You can claim your godly birthright of mukti and jivan mukti.
Wow. And this is what you do through, of course, all the teachings you've had. This is amazing because this kind of can relate to any person out there who's a spiritual seeker, who's looking for a right path to grow, to contribute, to make this world a better place. And there could be a wealth of knowledge in this particular area, especially Raj Yoga, where people could, pick up these teachings and be inspired just like yourself. And you, of course, had the special teacher, Babaji, right there. Very lucky. Actually, there's been a huge positive impact the work of Brahmakumari has had on this world. Are there any kind of facts and figures that you can share to provide an insight into the huge impact it's made?
No, the first thing we have to know is it's not the work of any human being, human guru or human teacher. First of all, the realization that this great work is inspired and guided by the Supreme Father himself, whom we very lovingly call Shiv Baba, God Shiva.
Shiv Baba, it could be the light, the power, the universal consciousness, what we call God.
God. The word God, many people, they are so scared of saying that. At one place in Australia, I was told, please don't use the word God. And when I spoke there, I was asking them, who can bring about this change? Who can bring about this values in life and all that? And then one of the audience just got up and said, God.
It had to come back there somehow, some supreme power that we're talking about. Yes, sorry, and you were mentioning.
So because in India, we all believe in God's words enshrined in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. that whenever there is irreligiousness, unrighteousness, lawlessness in this world, God descends. For what? To save the righteous, to guide the righteous people, and also share the knowledge about those who are not believers. Outwardly they are believers, but otherwise they don't believe in the real sense. They don't believe in the betterment of humanity. And so they are preparing for mass destruction. So this is what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Those who have communion with God, they become instruments of positive change. And those who don't have communion with God, because of being perverted minded, they bring about, I should say, destruction, which you can see all over the world. There are people, very high people, they have the authority to press the button whenever they wish. But they are scared. If they do that, they themselves will be destroyed. So these are the things you see. So when we learn these things, then our inner conscience says we better work for the betterment of human beings. Human beings, when they are in their virtuous life, they are known as deities. In English, sometimes it's translated as gods and goddesses. And what is happening? People keep worshipping gods and goddesses. They go to the temples of Radha Krishna, temples of Sri Lakshmi Narayan, temples of Ram and Sita, and many other temples. But nobody ever thinks that we human beings were ever in this form.
Yes.
So God has revealed this, that the time is come when the change has to take place. Human beings at this time, which is known as the Iron Age, Kali Yuga, end of Iron Age. So these human beings, when they learn Raj Yoga meditation, Raj Yoga means the highest, which transforms a human being from ordinary human being into a deity. And a deity of that caliber, who become world emperors and world empress. Sri Lakshmi, Sri Narayan. So this is something very, you can say, mind-boggling.
Absolutely. And such a positive impact, because if you're helping people raise their consciousness levels in this manner, to develop virtues, positive virtues, to develop, humanitarian values, as we would say, what a huge, huge change can take place. One man like Gandhi can change the whole of the nations and, history and future. So how many more, wonderful souls can be out there making huge impact on the world? And, how many countries and, how many people meditate and do this Raj Yoga across the world?
It's so difficult to give you exact number, because we have more than 8,000 centers worldwide in Bharat and 140 other countries.
Wow. And you also have a publication that goes out worldwide to help educate and, share articles on the work that you do. How many of these are distributed across the world?
See, we have publications in Hindi. One of our magazines called Gyanamrit. About 350,000 copies.
Wow, that's a huge number of copies. And I'm sure each copy is read by a whole family, so that multiplies by 5 actually. So it seems...
Similarly, we have one English magazine, World Renewal. And then there is another English magazine from Delhi. Its name is Purity.
Very nice title.
And similarly, there are, you see, magazines in different languages.
I mean, India has so many.
In South India, those languages. And in Nepal, Nepalese, like this.
Wow, it seems really, really extensive. Actually, you know, I was really wondering, because you have such wonderful ideals. The ideology is amazing. The philosophy is amazing. The scientific findings are amazing. So there's a whole range of really nice positive things that we could find about the teachings. But what is the long-term vision of the Brahmakumaris and the work it carries out, especially in terms of promoting Raj Yoga?
See, Raj Yoga is such a, you can say, such a valuable way of living. It's a way of living. It's not just sitting and doing some asanas. Raj Yoga. Once the consciousness is developed that you are a human soul, you belong to the Supreme Being, and you are heir apparent of the Supreme Being. So you derive all the powers, all the values in your life by connecting with the Supreme Being. That is Raj Yoga. And when you have those values in your life, you express them by sharing with other people. And sharing is in many ways. Many of our sisters and brothers, they have artistic backgrounds, so they prepare beautiful exhibitions. And then brothers like Karuna and his team, they have been working on spreading the message through media, lately especially through Peace of Mind channel. But there is one thing which you will, I think, appreciate. Each one of Brahmakumaris and Brahmakumars, they are like living lighthouses for the world. Wherever they will be spreading those vibrations.
That is absolutely true, because I've personally experienced that I haven't just seen people preaching. You know, they say in Western world, they say you walk the talk. Whatever you're preaching, you're actually practicing yourself. And, you know, it's not just the vibrations you feel, it's the aura, it's the beautiful glowing faces and, you know, the wonderful peaceful feeling you get as well, you know, being near these people. So that's absolutely true.
See, it's a very